What's going on? Move the mouse back in City Skylines, the town of Springwood 2.0 or Springword, I think, in the last episode. But however I choose to butcher the name, it's Springwood. It's the PlayStation build that I'm working on right now. And it's vanilla. So it's console. That's the PlayStation part. I guess you could probably figure that out on your own. But no DLC, no mods, obviously, because console, right? We're off to a terrific start. So, previously on Springwood 2.0, we're building on the map of Foggy Hills. We're using San Francisco as kind of an inspiration. So hills be danged, and we're just building right through them. All of the previous episodes that we'd worked on this season, I'm kind of taking you through on the wrong button there, or right button, wrong view. You can't get to milestones from the cinematic camera I was in. So every episode so far this season, this is going to be a squirrely one, I bet. Every episode so far has been about these milestones. We got the first two in the first episode, and then we did Tiny, Boom, Busy. But Big Town, we still need about 2,000 more people to move in. So today is about growth and preparing and maybe filling in some of this space and doing some stuff with it. I also want to talk a little bit about where the heck do we go? Casino in the comments did make a cool point that, the 9 to the right would be kind of cool. Like, we could do that, right? We could hook into trains if we do that. But I really do like... There's concessions to be made, right? Because that cuts off where it shouldn't, and that cuts off where it shouldn't. There's flat spots where you'd keep building, and we can't do that on console. We're limited to just 9 tiles. So I think no matter which way I go, I'm always gonna want more space. And even on 81 tiles on PC, I wanna fade things off to the distance even more, right? I want there to be something off there in the distance that you can't go to, but is still built out. So we can't always do that. What we can do, though, is make some plans for the future. Now, let's get our roads out. I'm going to go to 4-lane roads. What are we doing here? Tree line streets. That's regular. Let's bring regular down. Freeform it. I kind of want to do something like that. Let's break these last 2 and that piece even. Does that hook in all right? I don't know. Sometimes if you keep breaking them, you can get them to bend a little bit more naturally. Like, I don't mind that so much. So let's bring this road back down now. Keep that connected the way it was. Or maybe hook up to where that separation happens. That's okay. And maybe we can save this for something big. I think I mentioned it before. I'm saving this one for cargo train. Can we do that? When do we get that? Not till 11,000, so got a bit of work to go before we get there. Again, today's about growth, though. We're going to try and get towards that milestone. In fact, why don't I play at 3 times speed? The challenge we want to do, though, we've got 3 demands in the bottom right: residential, commercial, and industrial. And we're about to unlock Marvel's Avengers updated. I downloaded it because it's part of PS Now, and I wanted to see what a train wreck it was. Don't blame me. I'm there for the sideshow. If you saw that pop up. So we've got very little residential. We've got commercial and industrial. We don't want to meet the industrial because industrial pollutes, and we're about to unlock office. So maybe we do some specialized somewhere. Definitely something I would consider. But let's at least meet all that commercial demand for now in the short term. I'm going to bring the 4-lane with streets, and we'll kind of follow through here. We'll plan on bringing that highway up and over most likely, because it does look like if we go that route, we're going to be coming up and over anyways. So this could act as kind of an underpass. I will come back and clean this up because this is pretty ugly what happens here. So we'll fix this in a future episode. I did say, you know, we'll see how it grows, how stuff comes in, and well, it comes in like this. Some of those parking spaces. Where was? Some of these lots don't make any sense at all. Like, let's visit this business. Ready? Hold on a second. So I'm just a nice grandma out for some shopping, and then I'm a lawsuit waiting to happen. Because look at this. How is that even? How does the game do that? Like, why would that be a good idea? Like, who's using this door? Well, I guess if your grandmother can jump like that, she is. But honestly, ooh, we've got some electricity problems. Let's take a look. Is it time already? We've got the money. We could step this up to an oil power plant. It does pollute more. Space-wise, it fits. And it would give us a ton of capacity. There we go. So where are we at? 220. We're making twice what we need, which means that we can back the economy down 75%. I know it doesn't make any sense, but 75% budget produces 50% of the electricity. So right around where we want it. Hopefully I will remember. I've said it before. I've forgotten before. There's Dreams update in the background. That one I do want to play. I haven't made time for that one yet. It was on my short list of real games I was really excited for coming out soon, like 4 years ago, and then it never came out. And then I never made time for it. So, unfortunately, looks like that backup is finally biting us. Not because of traffic here. If you'll remember, we stopped the traffic that way. But we're not getting into the zone fast enough. Is this? Oh, because we added a stoplight here. Right? That's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. So, you know, we've got very little traffic over there just yet. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter. There's so little traffic. Just go. Everybody go. People leaving the zone can stop and give right away. Let's do that. We'll make this a three-way just because it probably should be. So we're going to try not to meet this industrial demand if we can get away with it. Let's see. How would this hook up? This would hook up straight. So we'll bring this all the way down. Just to be safe, we'll use the straight tool. Can we can't do that marker that I want. I don't know what it is. I like to come out to those, that one right there, to those markers, because I know it creates the nodes at a certain interval. But at some point, you just gotta, especially on console, you gotta give up on perfection. I mean, I guess you could really tune and tweak, and sometimes I do go back and fix some of those things. But I'm not gonna worry about that. That's fine. So we've got a 4-lane meeting a 4-lane. We'll technically carry this on probably that way. We'll have definitely 100% a highway entrance and exit over there. Absolutely. We should probably also have another one right here. So this one's going to be crazy, and we might end up eating up a lot of the space in here. So I'm going to do my next residential and commercial pocket up to this side of the road. We could even... Should we do some farmland up here? We could. Maybe some farmland down by the river? I don't know. We're staying big city. It's fine. Straight roads, please. Let's carve ourselves out at least one block. We'll do that. We'll save room for a highway exit. Do we need... You know what? We'll cram that highway exit into a block on either side. Okay, we'll do that. Commercial. Yes, please. No, not up there. Here. And here. Still got to figure out what we're going to do with this space. High school, basketball courts. We need another school in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, we need it, too. I wish we could do that on the pathway there on the right. I think that would be really nice. We'll do the school. We'll take a quick look through our info views because, okay, we're already running low on power. We'll go 85. And when that runs out, we'll go to 100. I'm not gonna sit here and micromanagement. You can. Water we're gonna need. Let's just throw in another pump real quick so that we don't have to worry about it as we're flipping through. Oh, I see that recycling pop up. That's the first useful tweet I've got because we're going to go into policies. And somebody mentioned. Oh. I think someone mentioned in the comments recycled plastics policy. And I hate to say I told you so, but guess what? That doesn't exist in base game. So I think 2 people mentioned that I had only turned on one of the recycling policies. But you need green cities to access that second recycling policy, which actually affects the efficiency of the recycling plants, which of course we don't have access to in the base game. So makes total sense. Some policies, some things like overground and above ground metro get added to the base game no matter what, even though they get rolled in at the same time as an update, like in that most recent example, Sunset Harbor. But that other recycling policy is part of Green Cities, it appears. Unless I'm missing something else. I'm sure if I am, you'll let me know in the comments down below. Thanks, by the way, for all the support. Really appreciate it. There's some really constructive stuff down there in the comments most of the time. So to most of you, thank you. And to the others, you know who you are. Some of you are both, honestly. Some of you are just troublemakers and also really constructive. So you're fun too. And usually channel supporters. Okay, what do we got over here? We got our first full dump. I'm pretty sure we need to fill dumps for one of our unique buildings. So we're going to start stockpiling these for now. We'll fit this next block around the dump. So if we look over here, if I was to come out 10 and just pack things on top of one another like we had been doing. Oh, you can draw that road. I thought that was one extra block, so that's perfect. I wonder if anybody would use this. If we do this. We might have to do some zoning restrictions to get people to actually access the road that way. Oh, okay. A couple trucks are doing it. We'll try and leave that stoplight in there for now. We'll see what it does. So we've got a full dump. We've got another one here. Eventually we will unlock incinerators where you can... Incinerators, I'm pretty sure I butchered that one. Where we can burn the garbage off. Of course, that pollutes. If you want to stop polluting your cities with garbage, it's going to cost you. Literally and figuratively, because you'll need the Green Cities DLC, so real world money for that. But in-game, just being green and ecological is more expensive sometimes. In the long run, it isn't. And I wish people understood that in real life more often than not. But, I mean, good news is to the people that don't understand that, eventually the sun is going to grow in size as it starts to die and envelop the Earth. So at the end of the day, in a few billion years, we won't need to worry about it anyways. So I guess you could look at it that way. So throw some plastic out your window. Don't really do that. I'm just trying to make a point that maybe we should care about our environment a little bit. Okay, PSA out of the way. Let's do that for getting in and out of that zone. Where are we at? We really need the industrial, but we don't want the industrial. I'm going to commercial all the way down this main strip. If I haven't explained it, this season. That's bad. We're going to spend some money on landscaping here. It gets expensive real fast, but I think it's going to be worth it for what we want to do here. So we're going to flatten a bit. So we've already spent I'm going to call my limit 20,000. Okay, 20,000 we spent. Because I'm going to come back and spend more money to smooth it now. So let's at least zone where we can go 4 squares back now. We have to upgrade the road and then downgrade the road. Or what if we just upgrade the road? What if we don't need tree-lined streets all the way down, right? We've got a tree-line segment that kind of outlines that neighborhood. That works. I feel like we could connect this up and over as well. But let's worry about one thing at a time, Mouse. We're trying to grow our city to get the last bunch of people to move in, and we'll do everything we can to not do industrial. So we will come back and do our key wall all brand new at some point and landscape and fix stuff like that. We're really just framing things out now. We're building it up. We're unlocking the buildings. In fact, we've got a lot of uniques that I will talk about a little bit later. That you know, what do we need to do to unlock some of these? Fill 3 inches of a cemetery. We just gotta wait. We gotta wait on that. 10,000 squares of industrial zone built. Does that? We're gonna have to see if that counts office, because maybe we will have to do a massive industrial expansion. Average garbage pile up. Okay, so we're gonna talk about ways we can break our city later on, ways we can save it and work around it. So we'll worry about those. I think I mentioned earlier that we will be unlocking all those uniques for the first time. It's a brand new game. I haven't played it before on PlayStation, so a brand new player unlocking trophies, unlocking those uniques. Some of them happen so naturally that you don't really have to think about it. Others, like the cemeteries, you may be dealing with those in different ways by the time you fill up just 1 or 2. So there's a chance you may not trigger that. So we'll talk about all those things. We'll go through all the different uniques. I will cover maybe an episode just kind of talking about everything, but I probably won't go into too much detail about the ones that are really easy to unlock that just happen naturally. We will definitely talk about, though, the others that don't happen so naturally, where we have to kind of destroy our city in the process. So traffic wise, how's everything flowing? Let's go 3 times speed. Let's do a quick look. I think we were looking through. Yeah, let's get a fire station in. Do we have the big firehouse now? Do we do it? Will it fit right here on the school property? No. So how about right here, right? Come on. Right there. Oh, that parking lot. Okay, we're gonna work on that stuff. We're gonna fix it. But coverage wise, that's a really good spot. Police, where are we at? So we're running out of space for criminals. We may as well throw a second precinct way down here. Yeah, why is no one picking up the trash? Is this... It's active. We're coming to get it, don't worry. Ignore those tweets. Chirps, whatever. So crime, we're pretty low. We're in the green for capacity. Fire coverage. The roads are green. They're accessible. The risk is in red. So we're going to want to put our next fire station probably up here. Somewhere. Oh, we don't have power down this way yet. So let's extend this for now. We'll break this side of the zone. In hopes that some stuff's going to move in here. Can we get another 500? I hope so. I think so. Let's block out a couple neighborhoods of residential just to be safe. In hopes that that tiny little bit of demand we have will work out for us. So I'm not going to zone on this block with the school. Maybe I will. We'll save it for other city service or something that I'm not thinking about just yet. Let's fill in the back side of that block. Let's also fill in down here into this neighborhood. So we may as well round out this res area. In fact, no, let's do a freeform here. Check this out. So we'll come. I'm looking at that zoning line because I want to run kind of very parallel, but not overlap if I don't have to. And then maybe we do something like this. Probably not, because we're going to have highway exit there. I don't want to get too overcommitted to something that is definitely going to get broken. And in fact, we don't want another intersection. That's a dead end. That's totally fine. Let's get rid of that rock. Someone wants to move in here, I'm sure. And then let's connect this road. Something like that. We'll have a little sharp bend at the end. And this could be another dead end. Or maybe it goes to this bend. Maybe it does that. And then let's fill that in. We're so close. Hopefully we don't reach our our cap here. Yeah, hopefully we get a couple more hundred here. And then we'll be good for the next episode. Okay, it is really heavy over here in the industrial area, but let's do half a block. Half a block of zoning to try and get some things moving here. I do like to dezone this last little square. I didn't. So actually move a couple businesses out, unfortunately, to do that. But that helps traffic flow a little bit better around here because you won't get businesses like that moving in. Trucks don't turn and enter. I know I mentioned that before. I said businesses like 15 times when I did. We're getting a little backed up, but we're also like reaching that point where this is as much as we're gonna have over here. We might back it down a little bit. We might put some bigger uniques, power plants, whatever we do. Eventually maybe recycling if we add the DLCs. So we can change some stuff over there. I had an industrial pocket here in my last build and looks like I'm gonna stay with it. We need 103 people. Come on. So very close. So close. I think we got this. And we will set the table for the next episode. I was going to jump into cinematic, Karen, but honestly, it's going to kick us out in a second. It's going to kick us out real quick because we're about to hit it. Come on. 37. 36. Come on. We need. Just don't go down now. Keep going. Keep going. Gonna fire over here. Let's look at that while we wait. Should be fine. 40 people. Come on, we got this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just move. 5 more. Yes. Okay, so Big Town. I did mention earlier, right? This is the first episode that we didn't have one of these things unlocked, right? We weren't talking about a milestone. We were just kind of forcing the city to grow. I'm going to pause it. If you're newer to the game, I recommend that you do the same. If you are a veteran, sometimes we forget stuff too. So not a bad idea to sometimes pause Give yourself a minute to think. Cities is a great relaxing game. You don't have to rush. There's no rush unless you're, specifically doing one of those 30-minute city challenges, and then absolutely hurry up. What are you slowing down for? Don't pause the game. 3 times speed. But here, let's all take a nice deep breath, because we can relax and think about our next steps. We can think about the next episode, which will be called Big Town, and we'll be maybe buying a new area. Maybe we can look at some of those uniques. I think we'll just hold that off till later. We'll unlock what we can naturally. Metro's a big one. Leisure's pretty fun. We've got a bunch of policies, and we've got, most importantly, 3 new zones. So we've got high density for residential and commercial, and then we've got office zones. I should have stayed in there, because the thing with office zones, they're a different color, but they do meet the same demand as industry. They have different educational requirements around them, though. That's very important. So if I just spam a bunch of office and try and convert everything right now, all of our industrial demand to office, it's not going to have enough workers, because there's not enough educated people to fill those office jobs. There's more slots for lower educated workers at industrial spaces, but there's also policies like Industry 4.0 that you can see on the right side of the screen there, which will help balance that out and make more of the jobs for higher educated workers. Speaking of higher education, though, university, we've unlocked it. So maybe we'll do this. Let's do this, because it's so important, and I don't want to forget, and I want to start the next episode with a nice rolling start. Could that have fit here? No. That would have been nice. Let's do this. We'll throw it down here at the end of the street. Our power should have no problem extending now, so we can delete that. We'll fix our commercial zone real quick. Yeah, we'll do another commercial pocket over here. But that way we've got our first university ready to educate people at the start of the next episode, because that's going to be super important. I will try and remember and circle back and talk about that. But for the meantime, cinematic camera, let's play us out with some, hopefully some new angles. We're starting to see some new stuff, builds expanding, still a lot of grids. Nice to see, though, defense of that in the comments. If you're building an American city, guess what? It's grid-based. And a lot of the downtown, more modern areas of even European cities are, but you can really see kind of where a city grew up organically. We're kind of doing it in reverse, though, because we're building the big downtown area right now. This is where the bulk of the map's going to be, in the center. And then we're going to feather things off to the side. We'll have some fun with it. Stick around. I'm sure you'll learn something. I always learn something from either my own mistakes or the comments. So stay tuned. Check out the comments, or stay tuned for my mistakes. If you enjoyed the video, hey, likes, comments, and shares, they all help, and they are all so greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. If you'd like to support the channel, there's links to that and lots of other things in the description down below. Tune in next time for, what is it, Big Town? We'll talk high density. We'll talk about becoming a big city and starting our path there. There's lots to consider, though, as we increase density. We've got to talk highways. We've got to talk transport. So much to review. I'll tell you about it next time. Until then, though, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.